A local woman who has spent decades fighting child sex abuse is blasting the Catholic Church. She's not just a member, she's a child abuse prevention teacher, and she points to a program in Arlington as evidence that the Catholic leadership is not serious enough about preventing child abuse. Peggy Fox reports.
After that scathing Pennsylvania grand jury report that detailed the sexual abuse of more than 1,000 children at the hands of 300 priests, many Catholics came to church on Sunday hoping for a strong response from their priests that would guarantee everyone was on board with stopping abuse and the cover-ups. But one local Catholic woman who has devoted her life to stopping child sex abuse, she walked out and in fact has already resigned her position with the Arlington Diocese.
Enough is enough. The cover-up, it's enough. It's enough fighting mandated reporting, enough.
That frustration is coming from a devout Catholic. Jennifer Alvaro is also an expert in child sex abuse prevention. She walked out of church during the sermon on Sunday when the priest gave a lackluster response to the Pennsylvania report.
The victim blaming and shaming continues. That hierarchy is not being held to task.
She volunteers teaching adults how to spot and prevent child sexual abuse. She used to have a paid position there as director of the Safe Environment Office, but resigned because of this. The program the Arlington Diocese uses for youth protection. It's called Formation in Christian Chastity.
There's nothing wrong with chastity in and of itself. The problem is it has nothing to do with preventing child sexual abuse.
Why the focus on chastity? The curriculum guide states, with discussions about God, the Bible, and whether animals go to heaven. But
there's no mention of abuse. There's no mention of boundaries. There's no mention of how to report abuse. There's no mention of grooming. What this has to do with abuse is completely beyond me.
The Formation in Chastity program is not used widely among other dioceses. Alvaro believes it could hurt children.
To imply that a child chooses to be unchaste is implicating them as them being at fault for their abuse, and no victim is ever at fault for abuse. The abuse 100% is always squarely with the person who chooses to commit that abuse.
Peggy Fox, WUSA 9.